year means new laws. As 2024 approaches, we're breaking down some of the changes coming to Connecticut, from first responder benefits to senior protections.
And a new federal report says the Tweed Airport expansion wouldn't impact the surrounding area. While residents disagree, Fox 61 is getting reaction to the news tonight.
The saga continues for former Stone Academy students. A look ahead at why some students are now suing the state of Connecticut.
And a white Christmas here in Connecticut, well, only for one backyard. A young inventor getting creative to make snow for his community. Stay with us for that and more.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Carmen Chow.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. There are 25 new laws that will go into effect in just a matter of days. Some of those new laws affect early voting, prescription drugs, bottle deposits, taxes, and more.
I spoke to two experts today, one diving into benefits for firefighters and the other a lawmaker talking about protections for senior citizens.
It's a small price to pay for peace of mind. Firefighters put their lives on the line every day when battling heavy flames. Those toxic fumes can cause serious health issues, the worst being cancer.
Firefighter cancer is much higher than the average normal citizen.
Beginning January 1st, 2024, each town must contribute an annual amount of $10 to the Connecticut Firefighters Cancer Relief Account. This money will act as workmen's compensation for paid or volunteer firefighters who are diagnosed with cancer from their service. John Barbagallo, the public information officer for the town of Norfolk, is also a firefighter. He knows all too well the threats of being out in the elements.
If we're not working, we're not making a living, we're not bringing home a paycheck. So we definitely need this.
Then we have a law that will protect senior citizens from suspected cases of fraud, scam, and exploitation by a person who is taking care of an older adult. Beginning July 1st, 2024, banks or any financial institutions can be authorized to temporarily suspend or hold transactions involving an account of an older adult over the age of 60 if they are being taken advantage of. Senate Majority Leader Bob Duff pointing to their vulnerability as one of many reasons.
They're scamming them because sometimes they have money or people have access to their bank accounts or their credit cards. Or their Social Security checks.
Too many times, it can be anyone's elderly family member.
I think back to my grandmother, and she lived in Norfolk, so we were able to care for her for sure. And so I would imagine that if somebody were to come in and help her out, and she didn't have family nearby, that certainly could have taken effect.
And again, there are many new laws set to take effect January 1st. Be sure to stay with Fox 61 as we dive deeper into some of the other laws that will impact you and your family. We'll have team coverage all week, and we've got more details for you tonight online and on our free Fox 61 News app.
Well, it wasn't necessarily a white Christmas, but instead a pretty foggy one lasting into today.
Yeah, that fog has been what feels like a week now. It's been a
24 hours and it feels a long time, Sam.
Yeah, Sam, is the gloomy weather sticking around, or will we finally see some sun, hopefully?
No, unfortunately, we are not going to see much in the way of sunshine, probably not till the weekend. And meanwhile, we are dealing with areas of fog, and all it's doing, it's getting expanded more and getting more dense as the evening wears on. You can see visibility down in near zero in some parts of the state, and now it's starting to get into western Connecticut a little bit. So for now, the dense fog advisory is for southern Connecticut, but I wouldn't be too surprised if this gets expanded across most of the state later on. And it goes into effect at 8 o'clock. But right now, as far as I'm concerned, when you look at the visibility, it's there now. We have temperatures that are mild in the 40s. We also have some clouds around, of course, and then we have some showers here. They're breaking apart, but it's this part down here. This storm's going to be rolling at us, and unfortunately, we're going to have more rain, especially tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. But overnight, areas of fog, cloudy skies, and then some showers will start to develop as we head towards lunch hour. Temperatures holding steady. They're not going to go below freezing, so we don't have to worry about black ice. Here's your planner for tomorrow. We wake up, the sun comes up, but you won't see it. Areas of dense fog comes up around 7:17. We get some showers and steadier rain as we head towards evening. Coming up, I will detail detail how much rain when it comes to an end and what we can expect for the all-important New Year's Eve and New Year's Day holiday extended weekend on your Fox 61 7-day forecast. Ladies?
Thank you, Sam. After nearly a year of review, the FAA has made its call on the expansion at Tweed New Haven Airport, and their take is getting mixed reviews. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc is outside Tweed with more. Julia.
The FAA found that the multi-million-dollar expansion proposed for Tweed would have no significant impact on the surrounding community. However, some neighbors in the area, especially in East Haven, strongly disagree with that.
We're optimistic.
After a lengthy review process, the FAA has made its call on the proposed expansion here at Tweed New Haven Airport. The report found building a new terminal in East Haven and expanding the runway would have no significant impact on the surrounding area.
The airport can move forward with the plan without significant environmental impact.
Andrew King says the assessment actually found the new plans would reduce the impact on the community, but not everyone agrees.
When they take off, they come from there, real low.
Josh Drazen lives about 5 minutes away from the airport in East Haven. The sound of planes taking off startles him.
The noise is the biggest problem for me. You get woken up at 6:30.
With the expansion, Drazen worries it'll only get worse.
I'm all for having flights, but this is abusive. What they're doing, flying planes in that don't belong in here, they're shoehorning them into a small neighborhood area.
He feels there's been a lack of action and communication by some local leaders who publicly oppose the project, including East Haven's Mayor Joe Corfora. He says he's disappointed by the FAA's decision. He went on to say, quote, "The substantial impact that the proposed action will have on our community is monumental. Our experts and my staff will fully evaluate the FAA's findings before announcing our next steps." But New Haven's Mayor Justin Elliker says, quote, "This is a big step, but just one of many steps as we support Avello and build the new terminal, and all with the lens toward economic growth and the well-being of the surrounding community."
There's a long way to go in this process.
A process neighbors like Drazen are hoping will encourage local leaders to take more initiative.
But I haven't heard boo about what any of these people have done, where this money's going.
Right.
And I haven't heard any court filings. It's like, file some injunctions, do something.
From here, the airport moves on to the design phase and then the permitting process, all while having oversight from local, state, and federal officials there. Plus, they hope to continue to engage with the public, they say, as they hope to open the doors to the new terminal by 2026. We are outside of Tweed New Haven Airport. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Julia. This morning, officers rescued a trapped driver in a two-car head-on collision in Middletown. This all happened on Washington Street around 10:30. As you can see by the pictures here, both cars were shattered, airbags deployed after that Mazda lost control, crossing the center line and smashing into a Chevy. The driver of the Mazda had to be rescued from the car by firefighters. He's now in the hospital being treated for minor injuries. Both the driver and passenger hit in that Chevy are said to be okay. Pretty miraculous stuff. And in Thompson, a 22-year-old died over the weekend in a dirt bike crash. Police say they responded to Aquatic State Forest, that is, where two young men had been biking. 22-year-old Steven Zagrafos from Oxford, Massachusetts, was found deceased. The 21-year-old with him had to be airlifted to the hospital. DEEP and police are investigating this crash.
Bristol police are trying to piece together the details after a woman was found dead in her home Christmas morning. Officers say they went to do a wellness check around 11:30 on Morningside Drive. Once there, they found an elderly woman dead inside one of the bedrooms. But police say the scene makes them think it was suspicious. They're now investigating the death as a crime, but haven't said how she was potentially killed or when. Waterbury police have identified the man they found dead in the street on First Avenue last week as 37-year-old Jose Varola from Delaware. Not many details are available, but detectives are asking anyone with any information about the December 22nd homicide to give them a call. And a Wellington senior who went missing Thursday night has been found dead. Police there were looking for 80-year-old Ann Page in her holiday pajamas, concerned since her medical history meant she can be disoriented and confused. But after an exhaustive search, they found her dead Christmas Eve morning. Officers are reminding people of the new Bring Me Back Home registry. They created it with the Alzheimer's Association to organize and better access information on people who may go missing or wander off. Anyone can register a loved one.
Some former Stone Academy students are turning their anger towards the state of Connecticut. Former students are suing the Connecticut Office of Higher Education and the Department of Public Health. They claim they suffered significant damages after the closure of Stone Academy, and they want to be reimbursed for lost academic credits plus the damages their reputations took. They're demanding a jury trial. David Schlossberg is the attorney for some of those students. He released a statement saying in part, quote, "All of the persons in positions of trust failed our clients." Following Stone's closure, state officials exceeded the authority conferred by the legislature and rather than make things better, multiplied the harm to our clients exponentially.
Tonight marks the first night of Kwanzaa, a celebration of family, community, and culture. The holiday was created by an American professor in 1966 to celebrate Africa, meaning first fruits in Swahili. The annual tradition involves lighting candles, which highlight 7 core life principles like self-determination, creativity, faith, responsibility, and unity. And the candles themselves are the colors from the African flag: black for the people, red for their struggle, and green representing hope for the future. Many Connecticut communities will be starting the holiday together tonight, and right now in New London, they're lighting the 7 candles. And in New Haven, they're holding their annual get-together with music and dance.